So anytime you want to send a case out or to D4D or to convert your files, you click on here up on the Sky button, and it actually offers you 4 options. First one is E4D Studio, which is the previous option that we had for an in-lab or a sort of your own lab. And then here are the 3 external options. So we have Send to Lab, and what you'll do is you'll click from here, and it'll ask you to log into DDX, which I'm going to do. And, of course, provide a password. Right, there we go, I've logged in. And then it gives me a selection of drop-down labs that I can select from. So I'm going to select from my list here. As soon as I've selected the lab, it will now ask me to enter the patient details and also the work that has been requested. Each lab that logs on into DDX will pre-populate the system with their own procedures and price lists that user will then be able to select from. So I'm going to grab a PFM crown. It's now going to tell me which alloy we want, so we'll give it give it the alloy we require, the tooth number, and then the next we say submit case. What it's going to do now is it's going to upload it into Henry Schein's DDX server, then notify the lab that they have a case, and then the lab will then be able to download it. If there's any problems during the sending of a case, it'll actually queue the case for you and upload that at a later stage. So right now it's submitting the case, and depending on the size of the scan, the size of the case will determine how long, and your internet connection, how long it'll take to upload to the lab. So we're still submitting here. Okay, there we go. So it said it couldn't upload it, so it's going to ask us to queue the case, and we'll just queue it, and it'll upload at a later stage. Now, also what you can do with your software is you can also do design on site. And what this is this is send it to D4D for designing, if you'd need it. So there we go. So you'll just select your procedure that you want, same day, next day, or second day, depending on the speed with which you want it designed. And then that'll then come to D4D, we'll design it for you, and then send it back for you to mill on your own system. And then, of course, the last option, which is really the most exciting one for D4D, is your ability to export the file. And what this is this converts it to an STL format, stereolithographic format. You are then now able to send these files to a lab, all right, or the lab itself can actually convert the files and then portage that over to another system, like 3Shape, for example, or Dental Wings, and actually do designing of frameworks and other type of restorations that you're unable to do on your D4D system in office chairside at this stage. So all I've done is I'm just going to select what I would like to convert. I click Convert. What it'll do now is it'll take me to DDX and ask me to fill out some details. Fill those in. There's also normally a fee. Because you are milling outside of our system, there will be a fee charged to actually convert those files. But during the introductory period, there will be no charge. So I've got an account on file here that I'm going to select, and then I just hit Submit Case. It'll now tell me, once it's checked my account details, where do I actually want to store that export file. And all I do is I'm just going to go into my desktop here, and I'm going to say, export my file to there. Click OK, and there it is. 0.model.stl, that is actually now the file, and now we can either import that into another system or send that to anywhere we need to go, like Invisalign or maybe an implant company to get them to design your implant or whatever you need.